you, I am a blessed mother of a 5-year-old. She's in Upman, but unfortunately, she did not get the chance to visit her school, not even once, which she has been waiting for and looking forward to it. But I just hope very soon we can resume, with our normal lives back. So before I go on to my main topic of discussion, which I wanted to discuss with you today, I would like to share a part of my life with all of you. And why I wanted to share this thing today with all of you was, I experienced few things when I was of your age. So when I was told that I'll be interacting with the students of class 9, and it just got a whole lot of memories back into my mind, and I said, let's do it. So I always wanted to be a fashion designer. I always had my interest in designing or creative field, and I always wanted to pursue something in that. But due to some very unfortunate circumstances in my life, my mother being diagnosed with some serious, disease, some serious kidney ailment, I had to give up on a few things, my dreams, and I had no other choice. So, but to be with her, take care of her, and yes, so I had to give up on my dreams that time. Uh, Sadly, after battling for a few years, we lost her, and life gave me the opportunity back to pursue my dreams, which I couldn't do at the time I wanted to do. There was already a big difference, a big gap of say 10 years from where I gave up on my dreams to where the life gave me an opportunity back to pursue it. But that time I did not give it a second thought that I'll have to do a lot of hard work or start from scratch from where I had left. That time, the things are in a flow. You have certain things, you have certain dreams in your mind, and suddenly, all of a sudden, you think that okay, so this is not the right time to do those things. There are a few more things that are more important in life which I had to see. But like after 10 years, again, life gave me the opportunity back to pursue my dream. So I didn't even give it a second thought. I started preparing for the upcoming programs that the various fashion institutes had to offer that time, because had I waited for the fashion designing, I would have to wait for another year. So I didn't even want to waste a single day, more day of my life, and I started preparing for whatever upcoming designing programs the colleges were offering that time. And I gave my entrance, I gave my interviews, and I got through NIFT Delhi, from where I did my accessory designing. So after it wasn't like a complete program, but obviously whatever little I could make out of the opportunity or the time that I had, I did a diploma from there, and I'm quite happy about it. My father being very supportive uh, with me, but at the same time, it was the right age of settling in life, and he wanted me to get married. And I don't know about all of you, but most of us are like little introvert, are not very open with our fathers about talking about your marriage or your personal life. So as a good daughter, I agreed happily to whatever he had decided for me, and here I am, happily married for 8 years now. And I have no regrets. I'm quite happy about from where I am, and whatever I did in life. Then second, one more incident that I wanted to share with you. It was such a coincidence. During those days only, the cook, the lady who would come to cook, do the cooking in our house, her daughter was also diagnosed with the same problem, with the same disease as my mother was suffering. And to her, I mean, poor lady, she could not even afford a single day treatment for her daughter that time. And I could really relate to the pain, her, the trauma that she was going through, because uh, I was going through the same thing in my life. So I tried to help her in the best way possible by just not putting it much of an effort. But yeah, I raised the same concern with my among my friends to come forward and helped her in the best way possible they could. Or I also raised the same concern in the local area Gurdwara of our community, where people did come forward and helped her in the best way possible. And trust me, seeing that girl smiling or living each day of her life gave me so much of peace and so much of joy and so much of happiness in mind that I could, with just little bit of effort, just by raising a concern in my friends, just having a word with them, help that girl live her life for a few more years, the few more years she could spend with her loved ones, her kids, and everyone. So it gave me immense joy. So, little bit of your effort can really mean a life for someone else. So, why, this thing came in my mind. Though I am not very open about it, I don't, talk about it much. But today, since I could relate, to your age and the kind of experiences I had when I was of your age, I just couldn't stop myself but sharing this part of my life with you. And I feel, children, that there is no right time, or you don't have to wait for the right time to do things. Had that time I thought ki now the time has gone, I mean it's too late to join back things or do things from scratch. I mean, I wouldn't have even experienced those 2 years of my life, which have, taught me so much. So, whenever I felt was right, I just gave it a shot and did whatever little opportunity I had. I just made the most of it. And I am quite happy about it now. Yeah. So, like my main topic of discussion with you today was COVID-19. No, we are not talking about that, because we know, we all have a PhD on it, we all know so much about it. To an extent, I feel my 5-year-old knows as much as I do. So today, lockdown, another familiar word we all know. We faced some very unprecedented times. I mean, it has impacted people of all the age groups, not just you, me. I mean, I could see my 5-year-old also, going through a lot with, otherwise she wouldn't have gone through. She missed the main, the main part of her school, her primary school, where she could have learned a lot more than, you know. So today I want to know from you all, like, how did you turn this lockdown period of your life into, like, how did you utilize this time in doing things which normally we think we would have done, but we never get the time to do it. I mean, I personally got the time to spend a lot of time with my family members. It was the first time in 8 years when the whole family came together, and got to spend time because either my husband or my father-in-law, they're always on the go because of some work commitments. So for the first time, the whole family lived together. We helped each other in cleaning or cooking, very basic things in life which otherwise you don't even feel like doing, or you don't even put an effort to do. So like little things in life which everyone came forward to help each other. And another thing that I really experienced was the beauty of nature. I mean, though there was less interaction of human beings with the environment, so it gave us the opportunity to experience some, to admire our beautiful nature. I mean, I experienced some of the most beautiful rainbows during the lockdown period, chirping of the birds, which normally we don't hear because of the noise pollution and everything. So, I just want you all to share your experience. I mean, how this lockdown helped you all, coming up the situation. And it was like wonderful to see how young children turning their hobbies into profession. I came across some very young entrepreneurs, like they turned their hobbies into profession because they had so much of time which otherwise they never got in their life. Also, maintaining your physical health became a big challenge that time, because most of the time we were sitting in front of our laptops, or our mobiles or TV. So it became like extremely challenging for us to remain fit, or stay in shape. So yeah, I just want to know from all of you, how did you utilize this time in doing things that you always wanted to do, or you never got the time to do otherwise? So, who would like to share?
Start by sharing your raising your hands. Yes, please. Please unmute yourself and speak. The one who's raising the hand can unmute yourself and speak. The class teacher can just keep a tab on the one
Yes,
who's raising.
yes. Rajesh,
Yeah.
please unmute.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, I struggled with computer in earlier, ma'am. So in this lockdown period, I learned the computer better, or like I played cricket in most of my times. Me and my whole family used to spend a lot of time together playing board games, cooking. Ma'am, yeah, like this was how I spent my lockdown.
Wow, that's nice. Anybody else? Yeah, Manya.
Hello, ma'am. I'm Manya. So, ma'am, in the lockdown, I really wanted to take the best version out myself and do something for like myself and my family. So, firstly, yes, we did spend time together with the family. We played games. I'm really into dancing. So what I really thought was to conduct a workshop for people and teach them a little dance. So I conducted two workshops, one for my friends, family, and everyone, and one for the people who are in school but they have privileges, like they can use phones but they cannot go out and they cannot afford that much like we do. So I even did a online workshop for them so that they could like really enjoy their time of lockdown. And it really made me happy to see everyone dancing, and I'm the teacher, so it really made me happy. And one more thing, so I write poems. So what I did, that I wanted to like what we say, um do something more productive about it. So I've started making a book about my poems. I'm trying to do on it, and I'm even making a podcast about it. So I'm just trying to utilize my time and do not that time does not get wasted on silly things like watching TV or stuff. I wanted to get really productive.
So that's amazing. I mean, my 5-year-old turned into a writer. She started cooking up stories and she started making stories. So, what I did for her, I maintained a booklet in which, whenever she would narrate a story, I would just pen it down for her and, read it to her later. So, I mean, during the lockdown period, she, while having a walk in the garden, or just, while playing a board game, or, whatever activities she would do, she would create a story. So I think by now she has created some like 20-25 stories. And I have maintained a nice little diary for her, which maybe when she grows up she will go through her own stories, and it'll be a lifetime experience for her. Yeah. So Bhavya Puri, would you like to share something?
Yes, ma'am. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
Ma'am, actually, everyone at my family is working, so it
Mhm.
was very rare that I spend time with them. But because of the lockdown, I am spending time with them, and I love it. And ma'am, like I didn't like to do exercise, but I'm now like I'm addicted to exercise. I love to do exercise every time.
Very
That's
good.
nice.
That's how my
Yeah.
lockdown is going.
Very good.
Yeah, it's extremely important to take care of your health when there is less of movement, less of physical activities going around you. So, and the gyms are not open, so whatever resources or whatever best, I mean, nowadays you have so much of time to play games with your family, even playing a football or a basketball, or playing badminton or doing yoga. I mean, it's equally better than going to gyms nowadays, I feel. Yeah. So, Japji, I see your hand raised. What would you like?
Ma'am, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, so in the lockdown, of course, I did spend time with my family, and yeah, I had my friends over, we enjoyed. But the thing is, since I was little, I always aspired to be a writer. I was always into books, and I loved reading and writing and stuff like that. So in lockdown, I got a chance to write my own book. I've started writing in, it's like 2 chapters over. Like I named it 11 Wishes Before I Die. And yeah, and I also do yoga every morning and I exercise. I spend time with my family. And I've got this bond with my brother during this lockdown because earlier we used to fight a lot of all the time. Like we weren't that close, but I became very close to my family in lockdown. So yeah, I had a great time.
Good to hear that. Spending time with your family is extremely important. And this is something we personally experienced during the lockdown period. Yeah. So,
You put Shania as well.
yeah. Yeah, Shania.
Good afternoon. So,
Good
ma'am, before lockdown, I was in a boarding school. I was not here. I was in a boarding school for 2 years. I was here before that. So, over there, I was very homesick. I did not want to stay there for the first year. The second year, I wanted to, but then because of COVID, we all got sent back home. So, all I did was write all I we had to write letters to our parents every Sunday. It was compulsory. So all I did was write, and then I had this competition of public speaking there, and I had to write on my own topic. I never thought of writing before. I was never into writing or speaking or anything like that. But then there was the first time that I wrote a poem or I wrote a public speaking or something like that, and then we got sent back home. And at home also, I thought that we're gonna go back. So at home, I was just supposed to relax because I thought that I've just got some time at home. I will go back to school after a few days. But then it was like 1 month, 2 months, and it's almost been 1.5 years since they've sent us back. So I started writing here. I have written around 15 poems, and all of them, and I have made a blog of my own. And I never thought that I would go into something like this, like writing. And if there was no lockdown, I would have stayed stayed in the boarding school, I would have never gotten a chance to write, because we had all from 5 a.m. till 10 p.m. we all were occupied doing studies and all our extracurricular activities. So I wrote, and secondly, I never thought I would go into playing any instrument. I love listening to songs. So I was listening to songs before also, but when I was at home, because we didn't have any gadgets over there in my boarding school. So when I was at home, I used to spend most of my time listening to songs, and I love songs. So then I got a guitar. I bought a guitar, and then I started playing guitar. It's been almost 7, 8 months since I've been playing guitar, and I love doing that. And I think that if there wasn't a lockdown, the version of everybody who they are right now, it wouldn't have become that way. And everything that has happened, it has happened for a reason. And there are ups and downs of there are advantages and disadvantages of both. But if we focus on the advantages, maybe we can overcome the disadvantages and make ourselves even better.
Absolutely. I totally agree with you. And as I told you, I always had my interest in designing and creativity. So, lockdown also gave me ample of time to, pick up a brush and start painting on the canvas. So, usually I would sit with my daughter and she would do her own part of coloring, and I would, be into my coloring, be into my canvas. So yeah, it gave us all of us a good amount of time to do things which normally, we wouldn't have done otherwise. We don't have the time to do things like that. Yeah. So anybody else who would like to share their experience with us? I am sure everybody has experienced something or the other, some positive in a positive way, some not so in a positive way. But yeah, we all have experienced something or the other. So please come forward and share your experiences. It's wonderful hearing.
Adiraj,
Yes, ma'am.
please unmute yourself and tell us about your COVID experience.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, so I learned how to bake cakes and I also helped my mother in cooking. I never thought I will cook, but now when I cook, I start loving it.
Very good,
Ma'am.
very good. That's wonderful. That's wonderful.
That's
That's
nice.
good. Yeah, the other children, Rashi, you can start
Yes,
calling
ma'am.
out the names.
Thanks. Yes, absolutely. All right, let's have Anhad share his thoughts with us. Anhad? All right.
Yes, ma'am. I'm turning my camera.
Yes, please. Yes, absolutely, Anhad. And in the meantime, can I have Gurmeher and Harikam ready? All right. Yes, Anhad, if it's going to take some time, we can move on to Gurmeher first. Gurmeher, are you ready?
Ma'am,
Yes. Ma'am, we see Anhad on the screen now. Yes, please.
Mm.
His mic is on mute. Yeah.
Yes, Anhad. Please unmute yourself.
yes, ma'am.
All right, Anand. Would you like to share with everybody what was your experience during the pandemic? What did you do at home? I think he has fixing issues with his internet. So we'll get back to him in due time. Can I have Amira? Amira, you raised your hand.
Yes,
All right.
Hello.
ma'am. Ma'am, since childhood, I had an interest in singing, but I could never overcome it. And now in lockdown, like I have a account where I post my song, and yeah, I have like much interest in that, and I've improved, and I even helped my mother in baking, and I've learned how to bake cake. And so the lockdown was effectful, and I had a great time.
Wow,
That's
it was wonderful.
nice. Yeah.
Wonderful, Maya. Thank you very much. Can I now have Good Meher or Harikam? Harikam is there on the screen. Harikam, would you please unmute and share your ideas with us?
Excuse me, ma'am, can you see me now?
Yes, Anati can hear you. Would you like to just share right now?
Um, ma'am, my camera is not turning on. I don't know why.
That's fine, Anat. You can speak.
Uh, Ma'am, I had great time in lockdown. My whole family was enjoying watching movies, and I used to give dogs outside my home food. Ma'am, it was very enjoyable in the lockdown. I learned too many things. I used to give training to my dog at home only.
That's nice. So, another thing that I feel the lockdown taught us was the difference between hard work and smart work. So, if anybody would like to comment on that.
All right. Anybody else would like to comment on how smart work changed your life in the lockdown? All right. Anyone? Lakshay, Manya, what about you? Did you experience a shift from hard work to smart work somehow?
Yes, ma'am, we really did shift from hard work to smart work, like from writing notes in our notebooks and then changing it to laptop and then online sessions and stuff. But what I think that hard work is way better than smart work. Like what I feel that finding the true selves was okay for 1 year, but this year we really wanted that school starts and we start studying because of course it's really hard for the teachers to teach the children online, and it's really hard for us to be on the screen for so much long time. So what I really feel is that hard work, school, and you know what, that we never really thought that school was such an important factor in our lives. Like we always used to take some leave, or like we don't want to go school, or we just had to make excuses for not going school sometimes. But now at this moment it really made us realize that what school means and what's its importance in our life.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I second what Manya has said. It's not just for the students, but I feel for teachers as well. We've realized how important uh, this is. The entire school setting is for all of us. And talking about smart work, we've all been really smart, shifting from the traditional, set of teaching and learning to the new set of teaching and learning process. Uh, but as Manya says, we all feel that old is still gold, and we definitely like to come back to school once the pandemic is done with. All right. In the meantime, can I also have other people sharing their views with us? Can we have Pratham Veer, with his ideas?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, please.
Ma'am, I'm
Pratham.
not able to hear you.
Yeah. Can you hear me now, Pratham?
Ma'am, can you repeat which ideas?
Absolutely, Pratham Veer. Pratham Veer, we're talking about how during the lockdown we shifted from hard work to smart work. Do you have anything to say about this?
Ma'am, I can say one thing about this. Ma'am, ma'am were my friends there. Like, his name is, his name is Karan. He's in my, like, society, like, here in my streets. What he did was, like, he used to write all the answers before the exam, and his exams are also online, and he would submit them with photos. Nobody understood.
Alright, so we figured out ways to do that, which you feel is smart work. Do you, Pratham?
Ma'am, this is smart work. This is a little bit of hard work, but it is going to save you potential future headache in the morning.
Alright, that's the point of view, ma'am, for you. Thank you, Pratham,
Yeah.
for sharing that with us. Alright, how about Shiveen? Shiveen Batra?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, please. Let's hear you out. And can we also please
Ma'am,
see you?
can you see me?
Could you please turn on your camera for everybody?
Ma'am, I have turned on my camera.
Alright, let's hear you instead.
Ma'am, now can you see me?
Yes, we can.
Ma'am, in lockdown, I had almost like stopped playing video games. Like I played it in seventh, sixth starting or seventh starting. And in lockdown, ma'am, like I got addicted to like video games and mobile games and ma'am, I also didn't know that my father can also play sports and we played on our terrace like it is small, ma'am, but we played lawn tennis there and badminton and cricket also.
Oh, that's good.
And ma'am, I want to ask something, ma'am. Will there be June and July holidays?
I'll let you know. That's a question that will come later. June
Thank you,
We see
ma'am.
their
holidays.
performance, how they perform in 2 weeks now, and then we will decide. Shiveen,
Okay,
Absolutely, sir.
thank you, sir.
we see your second
Will
test
be
performance
given.
now.
Will be given. Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah.
So I'd like to comment on smart work here. Shiveen here thought this is a great opportunity to put in the
I know
question
that's
in the meeting.
that's
Wonderful,
true.
wonderful. Yeah.
Mm.
Can we have Shiveen Marwaha, please?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. All right, Shiveen. Let's hear you out.
Ma'am, in 2019, I used to I used to watch always Netflix, and I was uh, I was free all the time. But in lockdown, as my mother is a great chef, she she teached she teach
She
she
taught.
teaches some um, cooking, and now I also love cooking.
Okay. Good. Good that you learned from my mother.
Ma'am, can I speak something?
Yes, please.
Ma'am, I've noticed that during this lockdown, we have got so bored of our laptops and mobiles that we just want to go out and play like we used to as a kid. Like we have got bored from these as well. Like when there was offline school, we were like, this is too boring. कि क्या हो रहा है घर जाके आराम से लैपटॉप पे एक गेम लगा लूं ये this was our mentality back in the day. Now it's
Oh,
like
good.
I'm ये मैं थक गया हूँ खेल के. I just want to go outside once.
Chalo, good. I'm hopeful that when schools open, I'll have 100% attendance in school. There was one child who told me in the previous meetings that in class 3, I didn't know, the teachers used to make them write an essay if you become the principal for a day. Okay. Did your teachers also make you write? Okay. So
Yes.
she said that most of the children wrote that if I was a principal, I would declare holiday for 1 year. And I said, look, your wish has come true. You're having holidays and holidays. And they said, no, ma'am, I think it's better off to be in school. So,
Ma'am, when I was a kid, like I wrote that when I will be like I will give them unlimited PS4s, Xbox, and PCs.
oh, great. I cannot fulfill
Even
that wish.
and but
So you
also
can keep
charge them
it.
extra. Also charge them extra for this, like extra fees.
All
Like
right.
those utilities are expensive.
Okay, okay, sure. I
Excuse
think
me, ma'am.
you can park your idea that I think I would wait for the schools to begin and to see all my children in school. It's so boring without you all. It's
The
so
grass
very
is
boring.
always greener on the other side. So
Yeah,
to excess of everything is bad. I mean, life should be a balance of everything. So
yeah. Somebody is raising hand. SB.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am,
That's Shiveen. Yes, please, Shiveen.
ma'am, whenever will the school gets open, ma'am? will we will ma'am, can we go to basketball court or ground?
Yes, we will, yeah. Come on. I mean, let the school open first. That's the main
Ma'am,
point.
will there be social distancing in school also?
Yes, there will be social distancing. What I'll do is I'll take you for a school darshan. Okay, we'll go right from the PV classroom, roam around the entire school so that everybody can see the school. Oh, it is intact. It is where it was. All right, we'll do that. I think I should do it with
Madam,
all
just
the children.
imagine that how creepy it would be to go into school, like seeing so empty chairs and all. Like,
It is very, very boring, very boring. I mean, like since 15 days I've not gone. Otherwise, we go to school. I go to school almost every day. So it's very, very lonely to see all empty desks and empty school. Yes, I would love to see my children in the basketball court, in the badminton court, sitting in the orange chairs, and I'm running after. Half the teachers are running after half of them are running this side. That come on, go into your classes. See, there's a different fun of all that. So we're looking forward to all that. Let's hope the day comes soon. Yes, Shanaya?
Yes, ma'am. So, ma'am, you were asking about hard work to smart work. So, ma'am, I think that earlier when there was no COVID, our parents, like our fathers, they used to go far away for meetings. Like their meetings used to be in different cities, different states, in all the times. But then since COVID has started, everybody is at home and they have no op but to stay at home, even if they want to go right now. So I guess that is not hard work to smart work. It is not really our choice to convert our hard work to smart work in COVID times. But what it really has changed into has led technology into a higher level, and it has made everybody realize that we value the things that we don't have the most. Like when we have some things, we don't value them. Like everybody was saying that when we were in school, we just wanted to stay at home, we just wanted a holiday. But now we're at home, we just want to go to school and nowhere else. So that is what COVID has taught everybody, and it has led to a higher technology, and it has made people realize that you should be happy with what you have, because maybe once when you don't have it, you will realize the importance of it.
Yeah. Yes, Manya has raised her hand. She...
Yes, so now I wanted to say that yes, we did spend time with the family, but one of the main elements was spending time with our grandparents and stuff, because when it's our normal daily life, we go to school, we have tuitions, we have extracurricular activities, and then we come back, we got to rest because it was a very tiring day, so we don't really get like even half an hour to get sit with them and talk to them what happened today, because our life is so hectic. So yes, it really did tell us to sit with them, to listen about their childhood stories and what they did, and everything.
Yeah, it's a great learning experience, and I mean, they will tell you things or stories which will really benefit you somewhere in your lives. So whenever you have the time, you must go sit with them, spend time with them, be with them, because they love you the most. I mean, they love you more than anybody would else in the world. Yeah. I personally make it a point of talking to my grandmother every day for like 10 to 15 minutes. She cannot use her phone more than that at a time. So I give her a call every day and ask about her health, what she did, how are her blood sugar levels and everything. And trust me, it makes her feel so good. And whenever I have the time, I just give her a call. Or if I'm not just in a good mood, or I had a bad day, or I just give her a call, and she really cools me down, and tells me things. And she always tells me इन्ना गुस्सा नहीं करते, just relax, it is not good for your health and it really helps me. So yeah, she's like a super tonic for me.
Any other child?
Yes, anyone else would like to share something? We missed out
So
on Lakshay. Lakshay, would you feel comfortable sharing something now?
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Uh, Ma'am, I learned lawn tennis in this lockdown and improved my game. I even improved, like, I learned how to write poems.
wow, that's good. That's really nice. That's good. So I think we are very close to our ending of our session. So thank you so much, Raminder, for being over here and sharing your thoughts with them and making them share their thoughts. I think it's always nice to share and learn from each other and appreciate the small little things which we take it for granted otherwise. So thank you so much for being over to the class and. We value whatever you spoke, and I'm sure children are going to be taking value from what you had shared with them. Thank you so much,
Thank
Raminder.
you for having me over, ma'am. It was my pleasure, and I would just like to conclude the session with one thing. Uh, you know, I made each and every day of my life a great learning experience, whether it was dealing with day to day household work, uh, or visiting the best of doctors in the country or the best of hospitals in the country. It gave me so much of strength, and I started taking things in a very positive way. So you don't have to wait for the right time to start or do things. Whenever you have the time, it is the right time, and just value it and listen to your heart and just go for it, and everything will fall in its place. So that is all I want to say. And thank you so much, kids. And I wish you all the best. You have a long, long way to go, and I wish you loads of success. And we are again going through the same phase of the lockdown period. So, just in case you didn't get the opportunity or the time to do things last year, you have the time again to do it. So, just value each and every moment, each and every second of your life. And I mean, just go for it. Listen to your heart and do it. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Thank you so much. Thank you
Thank you so
very